Chills, Trills, and Blood Spills presents The Ghost of Lizzie Borden. Do like, share, and subscribe.
I was walking along one of the corridors on the top floor when I first heard it. The softest of whispers.
I didn't do it. Everyone thinks I did. But it wasn't me.
Before I could say anything else, an invisible hand was writing something on the wallpaper. It was the same words in blood-red handwriting. Who is this? The soft whisper again.
Lizzie Borden.
I had checked into the bed and breakfast 3 days ago. The Borden place is what the locals called it. On our way past the Boston countryside, I had stopped at a gas station for some snacks. The owner looked ancient, but I can still hear his voice ringing in my ears.
Listen carefully, boy. That Borden place is funny. But it's just your imagination playing tricks. Keep the lights on and don't find yourself alone in the corridors. The mind is a funny thing.
When I arrived at the place, the owner asked me if I wanted to stay in the infamous Abby Borden room, the site of all the infamy. Just a normal room, please. 4 or 5 days. It was on the very first evening when I started to notice things. Coming out of my room, I saw a figure dressed in rather old-fashioned clothes in the distance. Thinking it was a fellow guest, I beckoned to them. "Hello." At that very moment, a gust of wind blew through. But the stranger didn't even turn around. I walked a bit quicker to try to catch up, but it seemed the faster I walked, so did they. At the end of the corridor, there was nothing. The stranger had vanished into thin air. I asked the owner about this the next morning. There were no other registered guests in the hotel at this time. Except me. The question remained, who was it that I had seen? The bed and breakfast was in an extremely remote location, and the quiet had heightened my sense of hearing. Was that footsteps? They were very soft indeed, but there was certainly someone just outside, in the corridor. It seemed like whoever it was going from room to room, knocking on them and asking it to be opened. I even managed to catch snatches of conversation, and it was a distinctly female voice which spoke.
He's in one of these rooms, Mother. I'm sure of it. Did you say he followed you to the end of the corridor the other day?
My heart seemed to have stopped as their footsteps drew closer, which meant they were in and around my room. And there it was. The first knock, then the second, a little louder. I just sat where I was, not even daring to take a breath. The next words they spoke were yet another shock.
Open the door, Timo. We know you are in there.
How did they even know my name? My real name?
All right then. We will be back another day. But you will meet us, won't you, Timo?
The cackle of laughter as they walked away chilled me to the bone. It was around an hour later when I noticed a piece of paper sticking out under the door frame. If you do not want us to break into this room later tonight, come out into the corridors tonight. After midnight. I was walking along one of the corridors on the top floor when I first heard it. The softest of whispers.
I didn't do it. Everyone thinks I did. But it wasn't me.
Before I could say anything else, an invisible hand was writing something on the wallpaper. It was the same words in blood-red handwriting. Who is this? The soft whisper again.
Lizzie Borden.
As I whispered back, I wondered if I was in a nightmare. What do you want me to do?
Follow the sound of my footsteps.
I did, and as we came closer, I heard the sounds of a woman weeping and realized where we were going. The infamous Abby Borden room. As if reading my thoughts, Lizzie whispered,
Don't be afraid. It's just my mother.
As I entered the room, I finally came face to face with Abby Borden. Apart from a scar under her left ear, she looked surprisingly normal.
It was the blow which killed me.
Her voice was barely a whisper. Who was it then? The one who killed you? A voice spoke from behind me, cold and emotionless.
It was me, Emma Borden. I was the one who slipped that note under your door. It's been me all this time. All these years. I just wanted someone to know.
You are the sister, aren't you? Abby Borden laughed then, a horrible shriek, as an axe came flying towards me.
Anyone who learns this secret must carry it to their grave.
I tried to run, but an invisible hand tripped me over, and I fell face first into the carpeted floor of the corridor. I tried to scream, but it was drowned out by the wailing laughter of the three women, as I could feel my body being dragged across the hallway. This is an original story by Chills, Thrills, and Blood Spills. If you like the story, please hit the like button and subscribe for more stories like this.